Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Anthony, and gentlemen, I got a question. Let's be frank here. Since we're going to talk about the Section 8 and the departure of the food stamp program, I'm quite embarrassed, but I understand. There are so many of us black men that are like, yay, the bitches got to bow down to us now. You idiot. Not all of you. This is not a time to rejoice. The blowback is something we are not calculating. It's not just the women that you done screwed over and they done screwed over you. It's the kids. Now, a lot of you have kids by these women. And I'm going to tell you the ones, let's just be frank, the ones that should keep their mouth shut. If you don't have kids, you shouldn't even be in this. Run while you can. But get ready. When this blows up, there's fragments coming on you too. I want you to understand something, gentlemen. Military rule. This does not become a beautiful picture for us to rejoice for trying to get over. You see, whether a woman and her children have been riding the system for 3 generations, in the early 80s, late 80s, early 90s, most of us men enjoyed the benefits of Section 8 as well as food stamps. Now that the dawn of an era comes to an end, we should not be on a clapping cloud saying, yes, we get them underfoot. Understand, when most of us blacks were brought here, not all from Africa, when most of us were brought here, there was an ironclad non-contract that was said for any white woman to marry anybody other than non-white. If you marry or have a child with someone that is non-white, you are no longer a U.S. citizen. Now, I want you to keep this in mind. Let's not go on everybody else's stuff. Let's just talk about us right now, because some of you are idiots. And I'll be the first to tell you, this is not going to be an easy transition for none of us. You see, we constantly get to watch us be mutilated, abused, kicked, spit on, searched for nothing, stopped, detained, murdered, maimed, over and over. And you mean to tell me, man, us, get to rejoice in the fall of the mothers, daughters? Yeah, I understand. Shut up, right? Well, see, the problem is, if you love that outcome, then you're going to love the blowback. You see, you have to be one of those dudes that get on and say, I just witnessed 50 black women being murdered, 50 black kids, 50 black men. Come on, you know how stupid we can get. I know you're not going to sit back and say, I'm just going to witness and get on a platform and rejoice at the loss of life. That's not what I'm saying. But it is ridiculous to watch men literally rejoice that women and children are fixing to get thrown out on their ass so you can watch them beg and watch them die? Or you're just mad and just wanted to say something. I can understand that. I think sometimes you put too much shit out there for everybody to know how foolish we really are. Because I noticed, I was watching Dr. Mumbi Saraki. And it is true what she said. That they always put on the television exactly what it is we look like when we're murdered and maimed, disassembled, distant from one another. But you won't see any other race being put on TV and plastered that make us look like discarded trash. And I think the rejoice of knowing that whoever considers us to be trash is getting ready to be taken out, and we're clapping about it, rejoicing and saying, the ride is over. The ride's not over. It's just beginning. And if you had any good common sense, half of these, what we call rock gut whoremongers, just because you didn't know how to gamble. Most of us aren't good at gambling. We're not good at picking the right man or the right woman. But because where I'm angry, I think you are the lot of them. And that's not true. Stop letting others know you got your heart on your sleeve. Stand up. It's a lot of us out here dealing with a lot of shit. It's a lot of us dealing with a bunch of bull crap. My wife deal with bull crap. She blows it back on me. I deal with bull crap. I blow it back on her. Sometimes we have to go to our corners and keep our mouth shut. You better learn to keep your mouth shut. Because it's not easy for you to try to come together after you done divided the water and somebody tells us we could walk through. It ain't gonna be easy. Because see, there's a lot of Judases that ride with us. You don't want to be labeled Judas, right? Who names their child Judas? Think about this, gentlemen and ladies, because there's a lot of haters. There's a lot of haters amongst us. Clean your shit up. Stop running your mouth so much. There's a war coming. And the first people we're going to fight is our own. And you need to stop running your mouth talking about you're happy to see your own fall. And I can understand someone saying, they're not my own. Those aren't my people. They're not from my tribe. If Trump was to get on the news and said, as long as they're darker than you can kill them, do you want to band together? Or do you grab some bleach?